No.
Sucks to suck.
Yeah, he's
One
all
against
7 goals in
Arsenal, one against City,
Oh, so
one against
4 games, 4
Arsenal.
games. So 1,
3,
1,
4,
1, 3.
5. Is that 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? 7 games, I think he scored. No.
No, he's
1,
3. So he
2,
can't have
3,
7.
4,
So
5
maybe
games.
five,
I think
maybe
he
5.
scored in 5 games, which isn't bad.
It's not bad at all,
Isn't it,
considering he's at Everton, struggling this year.
The only guy carrying the team. I know he only has 1 assist somehow. Should have
That's
more
because
than
they're
that.
not playing Sandro Ramirez.
Guy sucks.
He hates Sandro all of a sudden, dude. Sandro didn't.
Guy sucks.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't suck. He's just not getting time.
Yeah.
No, I actually rate him. I like him.
Yeah, I like
Just
him
needs to
too.
get
I
time
like
on the
his
field.
work rate. Yeah, I agree. Let's get into a Champions League. Welcome, PFC 212. We in here gonna wrap up Group A through D Matchday 6 for you. Round of 16. Just
Finally,
about,
man.
right? Yo, it felt like it dragged, right, this year, or is it just?
It always is. It always is, man. Because these groups are pretty much wrapped up for the most part. You know.
Yeah,
Dude,
I'm
that
actually
hat's
11
killing me.
6.
That hat is killing me, man.
You like this hat? Shout out
like
to
that.
Criciúma FC, baby.
Dude, I'm looking with the flaps.
Where's that from? What is that hat? Tell the people.
This is Brazil. This is the south coast of Brazil near Sao Paulo, near Corinthians. Great club, Criciúma. Shout out to Bruno and Tony, Ayrton, and any of the Silvas out there. One love.
Oh, that's great, man. That's great. Little underground baller club shout out from Al right there. Love the hat, man. But let's get into Group A action. We're talking Manchester United 2, CSK Moscow 1. Man United almost made a mess of this, huh?
Almost, man. I mean, same problem as before. The last few games can't finish. Can't find the net, really. Lots of chances. But Lukaku proving that he's not yet at the clinical level. You know, came close with one the first half. I mean, I know that you're going to say Tiki in the second half of that goal. It was a great finish. But
yeah.
United just can't bury it when they need to early on.
Yeah, I'm with you, Al. I'm not going to deny that, dude. I've never given Lukaku the clinical tag. I don't think he's earned it yet. I think he has it in him, you know, because he's had some crazy baller finishes. But I'm with you, man. It's a little nervy sometimes when a United forward needs, you know, at least 2 chances to score 1. It's not the kind of club we're at, man, because we got City coming up. We got the round of 16. Sometimes you're going to get only 1 chance an entire game. So luckily he's young. He's got plenty of time. It was a hell of a goal in the second half, that little deft chip from Pogba.
Oh, how about that ball, man?
Dude,
how about that ball?
It was like a fadeaway, like it was back spinning, but like traveling at speed. I don't know how he hit that, man.
Dude, it was the perfect ping. It's the ping on his weak foot, mind you. But again, this game and ever since he came back from injury, man, this guy's been instrumental in just creating chances and also, more importantly, getting assists. You know, making the goals himself with his own feet. You know, he had 2 in the last game against Arsenal. He proved, and then the other one here for the equalizer, which was the big one. You know, got us back in the game, and then 90 seconds later or 60 seconds later, bap. You know, Rashford with the second goal.
Well, even before the bap, you had the bap miss in the first half, because not only did Lukaku miss, but Rashford missed as well. I mean, that's uncharacteristic. The crazy thing that stands is that when Rashford misses like that, you go, oh, that's unfortunate. That's unlike him. And you almost forget the fact that he's only 20 years old.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing that blows my mind, is that this kid is that far advanced from not any 20-year-old, but he's in probably top 5 20-year-olds in the world.
Absolutely. Yeah,
United has such a trophy on their hands that they cannot let this guy go. If they ever say that Real Madrid or Barcelona or PSG or Bayern Munich, anyone that comes in for Rashford, you have to say no for this dude, because this guy is the future. He's the present and the future, because that's how good he is. And look, he missed. That happens. Lukaku missed. That happens. He got unlucky with the Moscow goal. I don't think anyone expected Moscow to come in and beat United, but it is what it is. They got in, and with Berlin off the field, that's the thing. I feel like a lot of people thought with Berlin off the field, he was not on the field, so they figured, oh, the Moscow striker, I forget his name. That's so disrespectful. I forget his name just for the fact that we like United. Well, sorry, we like EPL. I don't like United.
Whoa.
Hey, you heard it here first. You heard it here first, folks.
So,
are you talking about Vitinho? Are you talking about Zagoyev? Or are you
we're talking about the
Chalov?
first goal. where the striker took the shot off the back and it went in, and everyone's saying offsides. But the rule is that with Danny Blind past the end line, he's actually considered on the end line, which kept him onsides.
Yeah,
Danny Blind is his father, by the way. His name's Daley Blind.
Oh, is that Daley Blind? Yeah, my bad.
But on that goal, I mean, Luke Shaw got the return this game. First time he started in like almost 230 days.
He looked good.
He looked great going forward, but defensively, the goal came down his side. Didn't track his runner. Guy got in behind. Doesn't look good for him. But, I mean, Jose gave him but gave him a chance to showcase what he can offer. And going forward, man, this guy was dynamic as hell, using his pace, using his strength that we all know he has.
Quickness and agility.
His tactical nous, his positioning, his ability to track men. That is what Jose wants improvement on. And it happened again this game. He got exposed a little bit.
Yeah, I agree with you, Al. I think that'll come with like just match time. The dude's basically hasn't played in 2 years. Obviously, that's an exaggeration, a bit of hyperbole, but he hasn't had like a solid run of games, for a long, long time. I agree with you. He's caught out of position a couple of times, caught napping. Luckily, his recovery ability was there to kind of bail him out a lot of the times. But man, I saw him play at Southampton, and that's why I'll back this guy forever. He might not make it at United, but this dude is a baller, man. He'll go to Tottenham. They're talking about him, a swap deal for Rose. He can go. I think he can go just about anywhere in the EPL, and this dude will be successful if he stays healthy and keeps that mind in check. Hopefully he stays at United. Jose giving him a start today and not giving a guy like Mkhitaryan a start tells you how far and how hard Luke Shaw has come. So he's gonna be good, man. But on that Mkhitaryan point, why do you say good?
The we're down a man. Playing 10 against 11 when he steps on the field sometimes, I love the guy, though. Yeah, I love the guy. But he can do it against lower sides. Teams in the bottom half of the table, teams in the upper half, tends to struggle, tends to disappear, tends to be ineffective. He's not really physical, so he can't throw his weight around. Juan Mata, on the other hand, not the biggest guy in the field, always effective almost every game. Always through his movement or through his play. Doesn't have to be physical, but I think Mkhitaryan has a ways to go to get to that next level. But when he's on the ball, he's silk. Yeah. He's absolute silk on the ball.
He just has to work on putting together an entire season at this level. Because, like you say, when he plays and he feels like playing, he's one of the best around. But unfortunately for him, he does take naps. In the last 4 or 5 games before he got basically axed, he was napping in all those games when Pogba wasn't around.
You know what? I agree with that to the point where, look, we can't give him the whole, he's been in the EPL for a year, so we normally give him a pass for the first year. But this type of guy, you have to give a little faith in, because, like you say, when he has the ball, he's outstanding. I mean, true, he hasn't been very good in the last couple months, but at the same time, like hopefully for United's sake, that you saw the best at the beginning, you didn't see the peak at the beginning. You know what I mean? Where he got 2 assists against West Ham, 2 assists against Swansea, assist against Leicester, a goal against Everton. That's all in the first 5 games. That not one of those are a team that we can say United should be afraid of.
Yeah,
but at the same time, Mickey, when he was in Germany, he was player of the year. I mean, that's the type of play that you have to put faith in, and hopefully he just takes the rust off.
Yeah, I think he will, man. It's the same thing that happened last year. Remember, if you guys don't remember, last year he started off awful, and Jose sat him down after the Manchester City game, subbed him off at half, and I don't think he saw the field for like a month or so. So it's the same type of pattern where Jose's giving him that cold shoulder. Hey, I'm not even putting you in the match day squad. You're not even on the bench. You're going to have to work harder. And we saw that last year when he came back in the winter / early spring, dude was balling, helped United. So I'm hoping next season he can't take, time off. He can't be, exiled every season for 5-6 matches at a time, especially a guy of that caliber. I'm hoping he does enough to impress Jose and the fans, because I don't think this is just a personal beef. I watch Mkhitaryan play, and he struggled, and he deserves, to sit down a bit. Obviously, I'm not in training, so I don't know how far his slide goes, but yeah, next year he's got to clean it up, man. Absolutely. But a guy who's working on it, hasn't scored in 7 games. Rashford gets himself a desperate goal. Similar position to Lukaku. Obviously, Rashford, we give him even more leeway because, like you said, Hussey's 20 years old, but gets himself a goal from beautiful interplay with Mata.
Yeah, Andy plays on the wing for the most part, Rashford, but this was his first goal in 10 all competitions. Lukaku's first in, I think, 5 or so. But,
Yeah.
I mean, the big thing for United was they made 6 changes to the side that beat Arsenal. Luke Shaw, Daley Blind, Mata coming in, Herrera starting. But
Yep.
I had close eyes on Lindelof this game because this is a game where the defense is law of the ball. You see what they're made of, and I gotta say, I mean, this guy's feet are impeccable. I love this
He's
guy's
nice,
feet.
huh?
You
He's
know,
nice.
he's nice on the ball, left or right, man. He spreads it. He plays with a fast clip. He plays a good ball in. He's got great feet. You know, I got a foot fetish for the guy. You know, we'll see where he can. We'll see where he can take it. You know, because he's tall. He's got, not the most speed, but I think he's gonna be nice.
Yeah, this dude got his education in the Portuguese Liga, so it's a very technical league, but it's also physical. Portuguese players are known for having physical prowess, or at least not being afraid to get physical. So him getting his premier education there, I think it sets him up for success. Matic is another guy who got his education at Benfica. So just to give you an idea of the kind of products they're producing over there. So Lindelof, we saw him the first few weeks, very shaky, very, nervy. But I give all that to 1, first-year Blues, and 2, Old Trafford, man. It's the big stage. It's the club you grow up hearing about, if not dreaming about, playing for, playing against. It's kind of like the Yankees in baseball, the Lakers, or, the early 2000 Lakers when Kobe.
How about the
Shaq were there.
Celtics? Most titles in the NBA.
Or the Celtics, way back
There
in the
you go.
Larry Bird days, dude.
Go Boston.
Absolutely. So it's like I forgive a player for struggling the first year or two as long as you're working hard. You'll always have my support. So Lindelof looks like he's sliding into things real nicely, man.
Just getting back on Mickey real quick. I think this is the difference between Jose and Pep. With Jose, when it comes down to formations, he is one of the best. He's tacticianer all the way. Jose was not a top player. And a lot of times that you see top players become managers because they believe that top players should become managers because managers who weren't top players won't be able to hack it, I feel like.
Shout out to Fergie.
Yeah, well, that's a different day in it. Like, that's a different era. With Pep, he was a top player, played for Barcelona, all that kind of stuff. And I feel like with Mkhitaryan, with Mickey, Jose will tell him where he can stand and do this and do that. Where Pep, we've seen it with Sterling, where Pep can get on the field and say, you need to look for this, you need to look for that, you need to do this, you need to do that. I feel like Pep could help out Mkhitaryan a lot more than Jose could.
Yeah, it's possible. It's different leadership styles. Pep tends to pull you under his wing. Jose tends to, push you and prod you and poke you until he gets the best out of you. And, players react differently to both of those. There are players who have said that Pep is not a man. Guys like Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Yeah, he straight up said Pep is not a man. So, of course, Pep is a brilliant manager. Jose is a brilliant manager. It just comes down, like I always say, like treating everyone the same way. It's a recipe for danger, especially in a professional setting like this, which is why we've seen Jose only last 3 years at certain places, because I think he just copy pastes his treatment of players. Now, the players who love him will absolutely go to war for him. Guys like Lampard, Terry, Drogba,
Materazzi,
Ozil absolutely loves him. Ibrahimovic clearly loves him as well. So there are players out there who will die for Jose. So it's not a shot on Jose. It's not a shot on Pep. But I kind of agree with you, Huss. When a player like Mkhitaryan, it seems like he's not lacking ability, he's lacking confidence. I don't know if saying, hey, man, you suck, I'm not going to call you up, helps him or hurts him. But last year it helped him. So we'll see how he reacts this year.
Well, I think it's a little style as well, because if you just right now, if you take Mkhitaryan and put him on City now, I think Mkhitaryan will do better. just for the way they play. I mean,
maybe,
it's
dude.
just
Who knows?
unfortunate. Look, it's not a stupid buy. He was only, what, 27 million or something? I mean, as much as that seems like a lot of money to us, for a player for his standard, that's nothing.
Yeah.
They got a steal. Even though from what he's done, that still was an easy buy. Mkhitaryan, I think he's still going to kick the habit of doing whatever he's doing. I think he's going to get back into form. I think he's going to be very productive for United, though.
I agree. His manager likes him.
I agree.
Yeah, his manager likes him. The fans like him. I like him. So, like, it's set up for him to succeed. It's just a matter of getting out of his own way. But let's move on to the other side of this group.
Hold on.
Yep, go ahead.
Real quick. Just want to wrap this up with a quick shout out to my boy, McTominay, Scott McTominay, youngster coming through, 20 years old for United. Subbed on, immediately got a yellow card. Love it. Slide tackle, didn't get the ball.
Little Paul Scholes action.
But this guy, man, I like him. He's energetic in the midfield. We don't really have a homegrown center mid. So I'm hoping this guy can kind of change that for us. But his industry, he's got some skills, and he's not afraid to get dirty. So and he's gonna be bright talent for the future. And Jose's playing him. So and Tuanzebe came on too. So everyone's saying he doesn't play youth. He threw 2 youth, even though this game was kind of didn't matter. Still got him involved.
I mean, it didn't matter. But you're telling me that Paul Scholes is not going to come out of retirement again?
Yeah, I'm
I
telling
wish.
you that, House.
I wish.
Benfica 0, FC Basel 2. Basically, CSK Moscow needed to beat United by at least 3 to get through to the round of 16 if Basel also lost. So the fact that Basel won 2-0 meant even if CSK Moscow had won by 3 goals or more, they would not have gone through. So through to the next round is Man United and Basel in that order. Round of 16 coming right up.
This is the year of Basel, man. You know, in years gone past, you'd see Benfica qualifying. You know, you wouldn't see Besiktas qualifying for the next round. But man, Basel this year, I mean, they've beaten United in the past before, with Fergie even. But man, they're a good squad, a lot of solid, and they play good football. Great first goal by can't say that guy's name, Elianusi. Great cross from Lang, great finish. But this team might be problematic in the round of 16, bit of a wild card.
Have 2 header goals for them.
I hope that Gordon Ramsay does some sort of thing with this team, because you always hear him on his show talk about how Basil's not Basel, it's Basel. I feel like there's some sort of thing in there that they can get Gordon Ramsay to the stadium and talk about Basel.
Carrying a bunch of Basel leaves.
Yeah.
Weirdo. Who the hell calls it Basel?
Is it Basel or is it Basel?
He calls it Basel.
Yeah, but he also calls a fillet of steak a fillet.
He also doesn't believe in Hawaiian pizza. Hawaiian pizza is delicious.
Like that. No. Get out.
Why are you kidding me?
Hawaiian pizza is like freaking nachos, bro. Everyone pretends to like it. Always a slice left behind of a Hawaiian. Always.
I can tell you right now, just like nachos, never a slice left behind. Especially if I'm at that party.
No
Hawaiian pizza is
no
delicious.
slice left behind.
No slice left behind. Oh my god, that should be a t-shirt.
That's a meme right there.
No
slice.
slice.
I want you to work on that tonight. No slice left behind.
Dude,
moving on.
Hawaiian pizza is delicious, dude. If you look, anyone that's watching this right now or listening to this, if you like Hawaiian pizza, let us know. Is it or is it not a pizza?
Garbage. It's not pizza.
It's a pizza, all right.
It's not garbage at all. It's delicious.
Fair enough. Group B. Let's move on. Bayern Munich 2, PSG 0. PSG could have gone through undefeated and make themselves a real announcement to the Champions League, but end up losing this one 2-0. A little bit of caveat to this: it didn't matter if PSG lost this game, so they were through to the next round anyway. So maybe
you say 2-0?
Oh, sorry, 3-1.
3-1. Sorry, you're thinking of halftime score.
Yep, my bad.
No, it's funny that there was a turnaround in this game. You know, this was the first match of the whole group. It's what saw Carlo Ancelotti get sacked. You know, Bayern go to Paris and get smacked 3-0. Kind of a similar story. They go to Munich. PSG loses 3-1. But although they had their chances, Mbappe was looking dangerous and lively. Neymar definitely should have had one. He was playing in behind. He always finishes those.
Yep.
The Thierry Henry angle to the far post. That goal goes in. I think it's a different game.
I agree.
But Bayern, man, I mean, James Rodriguez balling. getting the start and getting a beautiful assist.
Right?
Look, when it comes down to it, PSG had chances. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So we're not going to say that Bayern Munich got revenge, shall we say, as some of the commentators were saying, because PSG, it just wasn't their night. Look, if their shot was maybe a foot higher on a couple of them, they would have had goals. Maybe they had great passes. They looked like they were attacking well. When it came down to it, that third goal, it looked like it was just basically a counterattack. They came down, they slipped the ball to the middle. It was a nice little touch. Toulouse got 2 goals. It is what it is. I don't see this happening again. I really don't, because on any given day, any team can beat any team. But today, Bayern beat PSG. But I feel like on an average day, PSG beats Bayern Munich.
See, I think it's disrespect, bro. I think you're disrespecting.
I don't think that is. I don't think that is at all.
Bayern is. PSG are the new boys in town, and yes,
I think that's how good they
sitting
are.
Here. Yeah, but I'm not sitting here saying PSG will always lose to Bayern. But I think this game shows you it's not like PSG, didn't play their starters. Now, again, I say they were through to the next round, so maybe on the internal bit, they weren't as fired up as they should have been, the PSG players. But either way, man, you look at the goals Bayern scored, it was class. It wasn't like, oh, it was unlucky. Now, obviously, PSG had their chances. They didn't go in. But this is revenge, man. Revenge is revenge. It wasn't a blowout or anything like that. It doesn't mean PSG doesn't have a shot at winning the Champions League. But this shows that PSG is human.
Yes, they are human, but at the same time, that on a normal day, PSG could have got 4 or 5 goals against Bayern.
Yeah, but on a normal day, Bayern could have got 4 or 5. Bayern's a good team, dude. Bayern
had their chances.
I know that they're good. I just see PSG being better than them. I'm saying on the average. I'm saying the house wins. I'm saying that PSG.
You're saying you're saying if they play 10 times, PSG wins. I'm saying I don't think you can say that, man, because PSG, to be fair, hasn't done shit. Hasn't done a goddamn thing. They play in their league. They just lost this past weekend. So, yes, is PSG the most exciting team, upcoming team in the Champions League?
You can't bring up PSG. You can't bring up PSG not winning this weekend for the fact that Bayern Munich has not been in the top of the table the whole year. Dortmund has been basically the top of the. I think it's been Dortmund that's been top of the table the whole year, except for the last 3 weeks or.
Yeah,
but who won the league last year?
No, I understand that.
Last year in Germany.
I understand that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is, look, I don't think you're making a ridiculous statement when you say PSG is the house. I'm not saying you're wrong or anything, because I don't think that's a crazy statement. I'm just saying I disagree. I think Bayern with its caliber, its pedigree, I think Bayern on any given day can beat even Real Madrid, Barcelona. PSG, I think they still have that chip on their shoulder. Whether they're new kids on the block, still trying to prove to themselves that they belong with the big dogs. And when things go bad for them, I don't know if they have it in them yet to be like, you know what, we are the better team, because you look at the last 10 years based on intercontinental competitions, we've had our run. And that's just not true with PSG. So, look, they could, man. I still think they'll make it semifinals if they get a friendly draw. But if they meet Real Madrid in the second round, in the round of 16, dude, they could easily lose that game. I don't think that's an easy win for PSG, no matter how they did in the group stage.
And you know what? It's also with Neymar. Look, he wasn't as clinical as he normally is. He is one of the most clinical players, if not top 3 clinical players in the world, and he wasn't today. So is it? Look, I'm just speculating right now. Yeah. I'm just throwing things out there. Is it the fact that there's so many rumors about him going to Real Madrid? With a reporter brought up to him, he basically flipped out and said, "Do you have nothing else to talk about?" Stormed off. Maybe there is something going on. He's trying to hide it. So maybe mentally he's just all over the place. I don't think that's the issue, because once you get on the field, you kind of just block everything else out.
Yeah.
I just believe it's just bad luck for PSG, because realistically they could have been in this game 2-2. If this was a 2-2 game, everything would be. If this was a 1-1 game. If Neymar put that goal in right at the beginning, this would be a total different thing, like Al said.
Yeah. I think the most worrying factor of this whole game and the whole result is that after the match, somehow, for whatever reason, PSG's chairman, Nasser El Khelafi, was talking to BN Sports. what is that? What owner of a club? Do you ever see Roman Abramovich talking to Sky News? No, you never see this stuff. Like, how come this guy is so involved? You know what I
Well,
mean?
the BN Sports also gets a lot of its funding from the Middle East. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's a Middle East organization. So I'm sure he's sort of like at least advised to, if you're going to talk to anyone, dude, make sure you hook BN up, because it's something they're trying to push. But yeah, I agree with you, Al. He's hands-on, man. Him and the Man City chairman, I forget his name. Those two guys are probably the most. They're pulling an Abramovich. When Abramovich brought Chelsea in the mid-2000s, those two guys are trying to do the same thing for Man City.
Yeah, follow the blueprint.
PSG. Absolutely, man. And it's looking fantastic. It's absolutely the product they're getting on the pitch is absolutely glory to watch, man. So good for them.
I'm just looking at Al with his cat.
Things retarded, man. Crawling all over me. But yeah, Danny. Shout out to Kingsley Coman for dusting Danny Alves on the sideline there for that third goal. Just blew right by him.
Yeah, poor Danny, man.
With the Brazilian backline with Marquinhos, Thiago Silva, and Danny Alves all in the backline.
That leaky backline, dude.
It proved leaky this time. But also another quick note: these are just ridiculous stats, man. PSG set a new record for most goals scored in a qualifying campaign. 25 goals for in over 6 games. And before before this 3-1 defeat, they only had 1 goal against. So they were sitting at 24-1.
Dude, there were 2 goals away, 2 games away from being the only team to not be scored on in the group stage in the history of the Champions League. So,
but as you said, they've done shit.
They haven't done shit, man. Those records are cute, but you're not going to remember it on Champions League final day in May. You're not going to be like, oh, yeah, I remember when PSG dominated the group stage. Unless PSG is in that final, you're not going to hear that stat. Those cute, but as Tom would say, moral victories, dude. You need to get that silverware in your hand. And for PSG, winning La Liga or winning the French Cup is not enough, dude. They have to win Champions League.
But realistically, I don't see many teams that can beat PSG 2 legs in a row. Maybe 2 teams.
Who?
Madrid and
United.
Barcelona.
I'll give you Madrid, Barcelona, Man City, and
Bayern Munich. That's 3.
And Bayern Munich.
I don't know
even
about
Juventus
2 legs.
Show up defensively. 2 legs, absolutely. Bayern Munich's got firepower. They have Lewandowski, the second best forward in the world.
Yeah, but they're so old on the wings. They're looking like they're on their last leg.
But what about Koeman on the other side, blowing by Danny Alves? They're not old on the wings.
Is he going to play?
Yes, because he did play. He hasn't been playing. No,
Robin and
Ribéry have a rotation going. Robin and Ribéry have an old man rotation going.
Yeah, but when it comes down to that big game, big game, who plays?
Koeman plays, bro. Trust me. There's a new manager there. Okay. Pinks is there. If Ancelotti was there, Koeman and Rodriguez would both be on the bench. You got Tolisso scoring now. You're sleeping on Bayern, bro. You're drinking that PSG juice. Bayern's still a problem.
I'm out. I ain't drinking them.
We'll have to wait and see on that verdict, man. I'm excited to see the seeds be placed in the coming days. Who's going to get what, who's going to finish first and second. Because Real Madrid's going to finish second, man. So someone who finishes first is going to land them, which is not nice.
No,
it's going to be United.
It's going to be Liverpool.
The draw is Monday.
So you saying Liverpool's going to finish first? Thanks.
I hope they do, so they get Madrid.
No. You guys are getting Madrid. United. So
probably.
Yeah, we bribe the refs. We're not getting anyone. We'll get Carabao.
You bribe everybody.
Not even through.
Yeah, United doesn't consider. United is not even for the football club. United is just for whoever you guys pay. It's just everyone, referees, officials.
I love it.
What?
Fans.
You pay everybody.
That's great. We pay them all, dude. You got the money. Why not spend?
You pay them under the table. You pay them over the table. You pay them the table. You pay them everything.
All of them, dude. All of them. The draw is December 11th. Monday, December 11th. Round of 16 draw. The rest of Group B, Celtic 0, Anderlecht 1. Meaningless game. Garbage game.
Brendan Rodgers, go home.
Oh,
Brendan Rodgers, you're a disgrace.
That hurts my feelings, but you got a point. You got an absolute fair point. But to be fair to him, Celtic, even before him, man, I wish I wrote that stat down, but hasn't made it out of the group stage. I think it's something silly like 10 years, bro. Something crazy like that.
Dude, because they always get the toughest groups. This was not an easy group. They were never going to finish above Bayern or PSG. They were never going to finish above them.
this year, fair enough, bro. But where do they like even playing against?
Dude, they always get
underlegs,
Barcelona.
bro.
They draw Barcelona every time they're in the Champions League.
Yeah,
Just
but
about.
no, they had 6 games. You mean to tell me 3 points was what you expected from Celtic this year? I'm not saying they should go through, but 1 win, bro, all year, one.
But
Dude,
hey,
No
you know what?
draws, just 1 win.
Let's talk
5
about this real
losses?
quick.
Come on.
Let's talk about this real quick. This gets back to
Shocking.
what I said about a month ago, I think, or 2 months ago, where would you rather be the manager of Everton, who we have a chance at Europa, maybe Champions League, depending on how well you do it, or Celtic, where you're guaranteed Champions League, but you're not going to get through. And you guys always said Celtic because you get Champions League, you get the money, you're always going to win the league.
Yes, absolutely, and I still
at the
stand by that, Huss.
I don't know.
You may get
what,
through. You
Celtic,
never know.
Last year they lost horribly 6-0 to Barca or something like that. This year they lost 7. What is it?
Yeah,
7
to PSG, something
nothing
like that. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna find it real quick. They lost.
I got you. It's 7-1 to PSG.
Yeah, 7-1 to PSG. Then you just lose to
but
the
Huss,
1-0 to Anderlecht.
Huss, if you're a club owner, you're gonna turn down Champions League every single year. The money they're making, that's what keeps Celtic in charge of Scottish Premier Soccer, the Premier League, is because they keep making it into Champions League. Get money for playing those 6
I'm not
games.
talking about owner. I'm not talking about owner because when we brought it up, I said, would you rather manage?
I would rather manage Celtic because every year I get a shot at maybe, like Al was saying, a shot at maybe going through to the next round. Odds are I won't, but at least I'd rather be in the World Cup and crash out of the group than not make it to the World Cup.
So you'd rather hope for the Jose effect where you take Porto to the finals and win?
Yeah, rather than play Europa League, yeah.
Or Greece.
Play Europa League.
Well,
yeah,
Greece, year
absolutely.
2004, man. It can be done. You play conservative, be pragmatic, you can get results.
I'd rather be in those top tournaments losing every single time than not in the top tournament at all. No.
But it's just frustrating for me where like Celtic, I mean, like, you just lose so poorly.
I agree.
It's almost
shocking.
like they're not a stop sign. They're just a speed bump. They won't even slow teams down. They'll just slow them down from 60 miles an hour.
You know those roads where like they're so like deserted that like you get to like the stop sign, there's no stop sign, there's just that line, and there's no suggestion to stop, just that little white line. That's what Celtic is. You don't know if it's a stop sign, you don't know if it's a yield, you kind of just ease right by him, dude. That's what Celtic is.
Yeah.
Shocking. But as expected, PSG and Bayern go through, both tied on points, separated by goal difference. Group C, let's get into that. Exciting, probably the most group-ish of death-ish. I say that because there are 3 clubs in here. Only 2 can go through. And unfortunately, Atletico Madrid ties Chelsea 1-1, and they fail to make it to the next round. Europa League football for them.
Dude, it's embarrassing that Chelsea couldn't top this group. Supposed champions of England can't top Roma. No disrespect to Roma. All right, but Chelsea, not that I care about Chelsea. Hope they draw a big boy now that they're going to finish second. But in this game, let me check. At home against Atletico, they go down 1-0 early to a beautiful flick on by Fernando Torres, the near post guy still doing it. Hussey.
Oh my God! Let's get into
boyfriend.
Let's get into
it. And then Saul with a nice finish at the back post. Bakayoko caught.
Let's get into the Fernando Torres flick.
Let's.
Holy cow! All right, look, I don't know if that was a set play or not, but he put that ball basically on the 5-yard line, if there was one. My God, that was beautiful. The ball is coming in. He flicks the ball where it needs to be. The guy is El Nino. The guy is perfect. I love the dude. Don't.
If you had a pick right now,
he's perfect.
He's more or less perfect. I love Fernando Torres.
El Nino Torres or Shinji Okazaki. Who's your boy?
Oh no!
You're breaking his heart, Tiki. I love it.
All right.
I love it.
I got it. Fernando scores the goal, but Okazaki gets to celebrate.
No, you don't. You're drafting a team, and you can only take one of them, bro. Only one of them. You get to hang out with one of them, be BFFs with one of them.
Make out with one of them.
My God, I did decide between first love and true love, but
exactly, bro. Exactly.
Probably the same one.
You know what?
Your first love is your true love.
I'm probably gonna have to go. Oh no! I don't know.
3, 2,
No, stop,
1.
stop, stop.
Decide.
Fernando.
Hey,
Fernando.
we
I
all
love
knew
it.
it.
But
Okay,
either
Zach,
way, like you said,
real
man,
close second. Real close.
that was a ball and flick to the back post. So puts it away, and it looks like Atletico Madrid will go through, but no, own goals on deck. Savic flicks the ball into his own net from a Hazard cross and devastates it.
Unlucky.
Unlucky, man. But it goes to show, man, Atletico, I think that swan song's over. I think it's like the Tottenham issue in that manager, we know it's time for him to go. A couple of the players on the team, Griezmann, Saul actually is another guy who looks like he might be ready to go. So Oblak, this talks about Oblak leaving, and now they failed to make it through to the Champions League round of 16. So they dropped to Europa. It might
Real
be
quick.
an ugly summer for Atletico.
Real quick though. First off, I hope to God that Oblak can go to Liverpool. But anyways, let's get back to that goal, that deflection, because there's a bunch of deflections. They can't really clear the ball out. It ends up at Hazard's feet. He basically fakes. I think he fakes inside. He goes left, or maybe just goes straight to the left. And it's not even the player that is defending Hazard. I forget who it was, but it was 24-3. So that was Jimenez, and then
Jimenez, man.
Jimenez,
Jesus.
and then Luis.
Jimmy? Jimmy?
Yes.
Bro,
So,
Jimenez
yeah.
is the last name. Jimenez is everywhere.
I know, but I was trying to be all like, whatever. I'm gonna get into that. But 24 and 23, they both go to the inside, where one should go inside, one should go outside. They didn't have communication. One should go inside, one should go outside to basically cover the area. Where both went to the inside, and then Hazard went to the outside, so they both had to recover to the outside. They didn't get there in time. So that is kind of unfortunate, and it's almost ironic for the fact that Atletico made a defensive error when they're so defensively sound for the last, 5-6 years. They've been just unbelievable defensively, and that's the one thing that let them down right here. And that could be the one play that takes down this team during the summer.
I agree, man. Chelsea hold on to go through second in this group. Like Al was saying, Roma goes through first. They beat Karabag 1-0 earlier in the day. So both those teams through.
Tiki, may I say, if you'll allow me, Chelsea's formation. Moses, Zappacosta on the wings, okay, but in the middle, Kante, Bakayoko, and Fabregas.
So you go those three, man. I'm with those three because now Fabregas, you don't rely on him for the physicality because you got Bakayoko and Kante for the physicality. If you play Kante and Fabregas, I think sometimes you lose out on that defensive work rate. But obviously, offensively, Fabregas, like Tom was saying the other day, has been one of the best center mids for the last 5 seasons, if not more. So yeah, you put Bakayoko and Kante in there to cover the lack of physicality you get from Fabregas. Great shout out. Yeah,
So weren't we disagreeing that the game they played against in the league they had Bakayoko, Kante, and Drinkwater in there, and no Fabregas, and Fabregas came on?
No, I don't think they had Bakayoko. I think it was Drinkwater and Kante together, and the argument, and I think Drinkwater came off and Fabregas came on, and the game changed. So it was just Fabregas, and it was 2 center mids that game. It wasn't 3 center mids. I think they went 3-4-3 in that one.
Are you positive?
Yeah, dude, I'm like 90. Look, if I had said that, then I have no problem saying, yeah, I've changed my mind or I was wrong. No problem, bro. But I think the issue with that is that they played a 2-man midfield in that game, and they put Drinkwater instead of Fabregas to try to keep up with the pace. I forget who they were playing, but they were playing someone off pace.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Hey, dude, man, if I am remembering that incorrectly, then I apologize right now, dude. I'm not in the business of sort of holding on to opinions for no reason. If you change my mind with facts, I'm not gonna just emotionally stick to something. I'm not that dude.
Well, it was the Liverpool game was what it was.
That's what I was thinking.
Look up the lineup.
I was actually thinking it was the Liverpool game. But real quick, let's think about Zappacosta on the left, not Alonso. Maybe it could be rest, maybe it could not be. it could just be the fact that Alonso maybe hasn't been delivering as much as Conte wants. So let's see that in the next couple of weeks when it comes down to league games and non-league games. But we're wondering if maybe Alonso might be out of a job. Well, not out of a job, but maybe out of a starting lineup.
It could be.
No way. Conte loves him.
Yeah, that too. Al absolutely loves him. It could be rotation.
How can you not love Orlando Bloom?
Oh man,
yeah, Zappacosta's good too, man. And
no joke. No joke.
A little bit of wink, right there. So I think he's just rotating Zappacosta into the lineup. Chelsea's competing for Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup, and the Carabao Cup. So there are plenty of games to go around. I think it's just a bit of rotation going.
And not to dig up the past or anything, but they went with the Bakayoko, Kante, Drinkwater in midfield.
You were right.
I just took a big gripe with that because you're playing Liverpool, at Anfield or whatever, but who gives a shit? You're playing with no creative midfielder. You got like 10 defenders on the field. But in this game, man, it worked out. I mean, Fabregas was involved, had a couple good deliveries. You need this guy on the field, irregardless. You're
right, man. Absolutely. Group D, Barca 2-0 versus Sporting. TCB and Messi again, second game in a row in the Champions League. Rested, brought in the 60th minute. Interesting to see this 2 games in a row for Champions League. It looks like Messi is human.
Dude, they're trying to conserve him like CR7. The guy's 30 now. It's official. He crossed the threshold, man. This guy's 30. I remember him when he was 17 coming into Barcelona. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
13 years ago.
On the other side of the mountain.
But not that it mattered for Barcelona. They run out easy winners. Silesen had a big save this game against his countrymen. Point blank, should have finished it. But it was funny to see, their old mates. So the striker gave him like a bear hug from behind. Because it's football, man. Like you meant to score, you didn't, but he made a big save. But it's things like that you like to see, even though it's a competitive game.
I agree. And on the other side, Juve, TCB, and Olympiacos, who was eliminated earlier in the group stage, so they didn't have much to play for. Not to say Juventus wouldn't have taken care of them anyway. Who knows? But they win 2-0, comfortable victory for them. So Barca and both Juve through to the round 16 as expected before this match they even started.
Yeah, man. That group was pretty straightforward.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And that wraps it up for Champions League.
Real quick. Sorry. But something just came back to me. Sandro, I just read somewhere where Juventus put a price tag on Sandro at only like 52 million pounds or something.
Sandro, which one?
Sandro, the left back.
Okay.
I think that's low for this dude. I just love Sandro. I think he could be one of the best left backs in the world. For 52 million.
How much is the best left back in the world worth?
At this day and age right now, with Neymar going at 200, he's worth at least 70.
That's crazy talk.
Now, I know that's crazy. No. I think it's crazy market. I don't think it's crazy talk.
No. Dude, 50 million for Alexandro is plenty, bro. That's plenty.
How easy it would be for Chelsea United to just check out the right pocket and be like, oh, here's 50. Oh, wait, you want another 50? I'll check out my left pocket.
No way, dude.
The money is crazy
50
right
is
now.
Plenty. 50, that's what I'm saying. 50 is plenty. I don't think 70 for a left back.
70 right now is the going price for a defender, I think.
Talking about transfers, talking about left backs.
No,
Danny Rose. I mean, it's not Virgil van Dijk, man. Virgil van Dijk is worth 70. That guy is gonna be special.
I think Sandro's better than Virgil van Dijk.
Whoa.
Dude, even Virgil, I think 70 is a fucking overpay for a guy who's never played in the tough. He's never played in the Champions League.
In the Premier League, though, because the Premier League is crazy money, Premier League wise.
But even him, look, if you have the money, pay 70. But I'm not gonna sit here and say he's worth 70. If you're charging 70, I think Liverpool should pay 70. But I think he's worth 50, maybe 45. Dude, he hasn't. Look, he's killed in the Prem, like you're saying, but he plays for Southampton, a team with no pressure. Never played Champions League or Europa, if I'm not mistaken. You might have to stat check me on Europa, but I don't think he's played Europa.
Well, we'll see him at the World Cup.
But Tiki,
oh, wait a second.
Tiki, at the same time, when we bring up salaries, players are only worth what the team will give them. Same thing there. Players are worth what teams will be willing to give another team. So if another team is willing to give 70 million for Virgil or Sandro, they are worth that. It's not up to us. It's
I agree. And
worth.
therefore, if Juve comes out and says he's worth 52, do you see anyone out there coming out and paying 70? No, because Juve, even they did
There could be a bidding war. There very well could be a bidding war because 50 million.
Bidding war is a different thing.
Liverpool could even shell 50 million for this dude.
A bidding war is a different thing. We're not talking bidding war. We're setting a price tag for this guy. You're saying 52 is low. I'm saying 52 is right on the money for a left.
Not this market. Not this
market. This market, I say it's right on the money.
Nope.
If it wasn't this market, I would say he's worth 30.
Nope.
If it wasn't for this market, I'd say he's worth 30. He's a left back, bro. They come and go.
Care. But not only the left back, but he
Ashley
go
Young.
forward.
Ashley Young's playing that position. Ashley Young, a guy who hasn't played in years, a guy who started on the opposite side as a right winger.
Sandro's 26 years old.
Dude, Milner plays left back.
Sandro could be your best left back for the next 8 years.
Milner can do a similar job to him, maybe not going forward, but defensively, Milner proved it. If Milner can play that left back position, Sandro at 52 is a fair freaking price.
Okay, first off, Milner is a special beast. He's like, he's a mystical beast, actually. So let's not bring Milner into this because he's
what
a
about
god.
Ashley Young? And
Ashley
Daily
Young?
Blind. Yeah, Ashley Young, dude.
No, he's
Ashley
lucky.
Young.
So Sandro, though.
What about Davey?
He's getting deflection goals.
Dude, United is in for Danny Rose, it seems, for £50 million this January. You know, that's 50, not 70. So that's a great Deal. I mean, Ashley Young, and Luke Shaw coming around left back. I think 50 million is a starting rate. I mean, Danny Walker, Kyle Walker, 50 mil, Mendy, 50 mil. I think it's gonna be a while before we see 70.
Yeah,
I think Virgil is the exception because of the whole tapping up stuff.
Exactly. You know? I think if Liverpool had walked in from the street and asked for Virgil with no tapping up, we would have gone 50, 60 million.
45.
Maybe even 45, yeah, man, because he's a defender. But
it's
probably
Southampton
not 45, but 50, dude. 50 would have been a reasonable price for him. I'm sitting here saying I would pay 70 for him if I was Liverpool because you need some kind of like special leadership back there. But
hey,
I'd be pissed if we're playing 70 mil for Virgil.
Another Liverpool transfer that they should do this January in the goalkeeping position.
You're gonna say it?
Dramatic pause. Saint Iker Casillas, formerly of Real Madrid, now at Sporting Lisbon, or actually at Porto. Sorry.
Yeah, there was talk about him coming over, but I don't think they're gonna take him.
You should take him.
I mean, it all depends on price. I would like Liverpool to take him just because he adds leadership. He could help Mignolet, hopefully, or
don't do it, Huss. Go
no,
for Oblak. At that position, man.
First off,
we brought in Victor Valdez. We brought in Victor Valdez, bro. Great goalkeeper and all, but nah, bro. If you want to be a Premier club, you can't be picking up scraps. Look what Arsenal with Petr Cech. Petr Cech, sure, has made some crazy saves, but was Petr Cech better at Arsenal or Chelsea? Chelsea. If you want to be a top club, you need to go out there and not pick up scraps, not pick up guys on the downside. Jan Oblak, Cillessen, a guy who's riding the bench at Barca.
He's nice.
He's a guy with feet.
Yo, that's my dude in FIFA. Yes. My God, playing with Netherlands. Oh my God, no one scores on me with Netherlands.
Casillas should go to like Everton, maybe even Tottenham if they lose Lloris forward, or back up Lloris if they want to, increase.
Dude, back up at Liverpool.
Or back up at Liverpool. All right, I can go with that. Back up at Liverpool. Yeah, for sure. Just don't buy him for a starter because in a year you're
going to. He's not long term either. But I mean, he's there to compete. I mean, and he'd probably do better than Miggy.
How dare you, my boy Mingale?
I don't rate Mings at all.
I do, dude. I do. He's a sharp man. He's a beast. I do, dude. Anything else, boys? Before we wrap up,
they can't organize. So maybe with him back there, maybe they can get a little bit more organizational.
Maybe. Who knows? All right. Thanks for listening, guys. That's been Champions League review with a bit of transfer nugget zone discussion at the end. Thanks for supporting the show. Check out the PFC shop. Also rate us on iTunes. That definitely goes a long way to help the show. Anything else before we go, guys?
I love you all.
Keep liking. Guys, honestly, Facebook. If we send you an invite, maybe if you like us, we'll send you a special message to say thank you. We don't know. Just like us.
Thank you.
Please like us. See you guys. Peace.